is the hospitality they showed me. They had so little, had gone through so much, but when I appeared, they would literally roll out the red carpet for me, put on a pot of water for some tea or coffee, serve me their last bit of food, spend their last money on a package of cookies. They gave me a lesson in hospitality and generosity. There I was, coming from the wealthiest, most powerful country on earth. They gave me a lesson I will never forget. And I would sometimes say to them, in the Arabic that Peace Corps had taught me in 1977, I would say, look, if you ever come to the United States, I want you to look me up, because I want to return the favor. I want to show you American hospitality. That's what I've been doing for the last 9 years. I run an organization that welcomes refugees, persecuted people from all over the world, to start new lives in this great country. Now, I was talking with a few people in the audience, and I said, you know what, I've got 3 to 5 minutes to talk. I think I'm going to use this as a teachable moment. I think I'm going to talk a little bit about the Refugee Resettlement Program, maybe tell you something you haven't heard before. It's happening right here in your backyard. The best thing this country does, our finest foreign policy. So if you have trouble going to sleep at night, you're thinking, oh my gosh, is there any foreign policy program I can be proud of? Refugee resettlement. There are about 18 million refugees in the world today. In fact, the United Nations told us just a few weeks ago there are more refugees and displaced people now than there have ever been since World War II. A tiny fraction of them have a chance to be resettled in another country. The United States every year invites about 70,000 refugees to come to this great country. They're interviewed, they're selected, they undergo background check, health screening, and then they're invited to come to the United States. We prepare an apartment for them, thanks to the great landlords of this great city. We fill it with donated furniture, thanks to the generous people of this great state. The hardworking volunteers that work with us furnish the apartments. We find someone who will cook a culturally appropriate hot meal that we'll serve them soon after their arrival. We meet them at the airport. For some reason, it is always late at night. In fact, there's a family arriving tonight at 11 o'clock. It always seems to be cold. We bundle them up and we take them to their apartment. They eat their culturally appropriate hot meal. They have a good night's sleep. The next day, one of the case managers, like case managers sitting at this table, will pick them up and bring them to the office. We'll sit them down at a table and we'll say, okay, this is a tough program. This is an American-style, self-help, pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of assistance program. We're going to help enroll your kids in school. We're going to connect them to health care. We're going to help them learn English. We're going to help them find a job. And we're going to do all this as quickly as we can because we have very little money to do it with. Government, thank you very much, Senator Blumenthal, gives us a little bit of money, but we have to raise much more to make ends meet. But we do it with amazing volunteers, with incredible partners like the Community Loan Fund, and many of you in the audience today. And before you know it, the kids are winning academic awards in schools. People are learning English. They're getting jobs. They're paying their rent. They're involved, engaged, proud Americans. Thanks to you. I've invited 3 refugees from our table to come up and just say very briefly a couple of words that characterize their feelings about this country. Jennifer from Chad, Ibrahim from Sudan, Munaf from Iraq. Jennifer.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. And I am really glad to be here tonight, and I am so grateful. I don't know how I will express my thankfulness to America, but coming to America for me it's like having freedom and opportunity, because it's a country of freedom and opportunity. Yes, so I'm so thankful, and thank you, Chris.
America. I'm trying to speak English, I don't know also. I'm very glad I come to America. Also, in America, people is helping me a lot. Also, I'm going to study also is a lot. Exciting, this is, I better say, it's so much, thank you so much. It's very glad to us. Thank you.
You might have missed that. Exciting is Ibrahim's word.
First thing, I must say thank you, Alice, and thank you for all of you. And he asked me what United States mean to me before I come here. I told him it's a dream and hope. Thank you so much.